Morning and welcome to Today in L.A. That's Lower Alabama for you folks. Mike Amos along with Coach Frank Sadler this morning, coming to you on a Tuesday, the 12th of August. And we move right along, Coach. And gosh, I was down in Ozark yesterday visiting with Carroll High School. And then I was also down at Daleville, and what have you been up to?
I've been watching practice.
Hello?
The high school and the college.
Yes. Yeah.
Wanted to know some information about that.
Okay. Give me, of course, we're talking about the Troy fan bus that's going to Birmingham on the 30th of August, and we're looking forward to that. Excuse me, please. You on the line? Yeah.
Morning.
But, of course, the fan bus will leave that morning, that Saturday morning on September the 30th and drive to Birmingham and then return after the game. All right, let me get your phone number if you don't mind, and I'll call you back. Okay, all right, just give me that number real quick. Okay. 2709. Why now? And what's your name again? All right, I got you, Linda. I'll get back with you. Thanks. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. You know, of course, the phone rings, and you find out what's on there. On the other end is a lady calling about our football trip to UAB. There will be a bus leaving the Alumni Affairs office, or actually from Troy University, on Saturday morning, on August the 30th, for the first football game of the year with Troy and UAB. In Birmingham, and you can call Alumni Affairs today at 670-3318, 670-3318, and leave your name. We'll be getting back with you about the bus trip. Mike Amos is on the phone from Birmingham this morning. How's it in the big city?
It's hot and muggy this morning.
Can you see tall buildings from where you sit?
Well, you can if you walk outside, but not from the view of the condo I live in. This morning, another cold snap's coming through, though. They said Thursday morning could be as low as 59 degrees again in August.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Especially for these football players. But, you know, Troy University can feel awfully good today, because I think this is the last day they could have a two-a-day, and I don't know if they're going to go 2 times today or not. Have you read anything on that, Coach?
No.
But you know, a lot of football teams and a lot of high school and college teams are tickled that school starts back, because now they just practice once a day.
Yeah, I know Alabama is still in 2 days, and then UAB is having their first scrimmage today. So maybe I should drive down there and do a scouting report on UAB.
Yeah, you need to do so. Of course, a lot of schools, high schools, start today. Pike County starts today. Pike Liberal Arts started Friday, and they're busy. And Daleville started today. I was down there and was very impressed with their football team yesterday. Josh Parrish, the son of Harry Wayne Parrish, and Harry Wayne was coaching for him, so look out as Daleville comes to Charles Henderson to open the season. And little I have a lot of players, and of course we were also at Carroll High School of Ozark, and talked with Coach McDonald, yeah, and he's always a nice guy. And we were also at Dale County and interviewed their players, and boy, they've got some good-looking players. They had, I think, 4 or 5 kids that already have committed to a Division I program.
Yeah, I read that. The Deafening Eagle had an article about all their players. Of course, Henderson now is decommitted from UAB, and it's down to Cincinnati, Louisville, and Kentucky. So I would imagine if I had the choice, I would go to Louisville probably and play in the ACC. I think they have a chance to have a pretty good team. Louisville moving to the ACC. I don't think they're going to beat Florida State by any means, but I think they're going to be pretty competitive.
Well, of course, he's a fine young man. I interviewed him yesterday. He's got a brother, Mike, that is just as good looking as he is, and didn't play football last year, but is playing this year. And I tell you, they've got a quarterback that's committed to, I want to say, to UAB, and then they've got another big tight end that's committed already to South Alabama. And, of course, hopefully some of them might change their minds and head toward Troy before it's all over with. All they got to do is look at Burks, the great running back at Troy who played at Daleville, to see that, Troy's a great place to go.
Of course, horrible news out of Hollywood late yesterday afternoon. One of my favorite actors, Robin Williams, passed away yesterday. And the death was suicide due to depression. And what an amazing actor Robin Williams was, and I just hate to hear that yesterday. Of course, he won the Academy Award for Good Will Hunting and became famous on Mork and Midney television show back in the day. But Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam!
There's so many great movies. Dead Poet Society he was in, The World According to Garth. There's countless movies. Just hard to hear that yesterday. Really funny guy.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you're right. No question about it. He was very funny, and he at one time used to get almost downright silly. Not more than funny, but. He also was a great actor. He was a comedian, stand-up comedian, but, he did some pretty good roles. I know he won an Academy Award one time, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. For Good Will Hunting, he won the Academy Award with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And he played the doctor in that movie Patch Adams, which was a really great movie. Just a great actor. And he raised millions of dollars in comic relief with Whoopi Goldberg and Billy Crystal. They said that Comic Relief, they raised over $70 million.
Isn't that amazing?
To help the homeless and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He really was a funny guy. I just wanted to mention that this morning.
I'm glad you did, because it is something that a lot of people, like Coach Sadler, Sadler came out of his closet this morning and didn't know about it. Isn't that right, Coach? Coach Frank Sadler is with us this morning. Coach, 40 years of you-know-what, high school and college football, and I've been around a long time. He's still coaching, Mike. He's got a 9-year-old kid that he's going to make an All-American.
He's 8 years old.
8 years old. And then he's coaching, and, of course, he coached your kid if you want him to, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows any more about it than Coach Frank Sadler, and doing his... he's got plenty of time to work with kids, and he'll work with your kid. Just call him and talk to him about it. Of course, we've got a lot of football coming up with the high schools just rolling along. Not this weekend, but the next weekend we've got a jamboree in Brundage between Charles Henderson High School and Pike County.
Yeah, and then before we know it, college football will start 2 weeks. I guess Wednesday, it'll be 2 weeks away from Abilene Christian and Georgia State on a Wednesday night in the Georgia Dome.
Well, the first high school game, regular season game, will be on the 28th of this month, and it'll pit the Luverne Tigers against the Brantley Bulldogs. Game played at Brantley, and we visited Brantley earlier and interviewed their players, and we're going to be in Luverne on Thursday. I talked to Coach DeBose yesterday, and he's trying to recover from a serious injury to his Achilles tendon, and he's not able to walk very well at all. I can tell he's a little discouraged because I'm sure he wants to be out there hands-on, but he's having to do it by way of
Golf cart?
one of these golf cart machines, let's just say this, he moves around on a either golf cart or a chair. I don't know exactly what it is, but he is able to coach, but he said it's awfully tough. And
I would love to coach the Bows, won a state championship at Laverne. He had a really good team last year, full of seniors. I'm sure it's going to take a little while to develop these young guys. And Laverne plays in a tough division with Elba and Holland Home, and how many other teams are in that division that are local? New Brockton, I think. There's like 4 or 5 teams pretty close by in 2A. They play.
And of course, also Highland Home. Did you mention Highland Home?
Yeah, I mentioned Highland.
But boy, the Battle of Crenshaw County is going to be quite interesting between Luverne, Brantley, and Highland Home. I tell you what, Highland Home has got a fine coach in Coach Giddings. He has proven himself there before. Then he went back to Georgia and coached, and now he's back at Highland Home, and he is a first-class coach.
All Laverne really would have to do that. They could probably score on every play if they brought out Dante Hall, the 4-star great basketball player that's already signed or committed to Alabama. He's 6'9". All you have to do is just throw it out.
I know it.
Hall would probably go get it.
Is he still playing football?
No, he's like a manager. That's what they told us last year when we were at the Brantley game. He was just standing on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Just kind of encouraging the team on. That's the first time I laid eyes on him. I was like, who's that 7-foot kid standing on the sideline?
A sad story out of Montgomery. A young kid who worked with the Carver football programs as a manager. His name was Jonas. Wait a minute. He's a young man that worked with Carver's football team and went into the hospital in Montgomery for what seemed to be a routine gallbladder surgery, and he died during recovery at his home last Monday afternoon. So a lot of sad folks in Montgomery at Jeff Davis High School, where he was charismatic 17-year-old, left a hole in the hearts of his family and teammates, and the Vols are dedicating their season to Coach Jonas, and that's what they call him. And he's a fine young man who worked with their program. And of course, sad things like that happen, and we can only pray to God that his family will be able to recover, and of course he'll be in the house of the Lord forever, and that's what we all want to do and want to be, and this young man's going to be there. Of course, a little shocking news, Mike, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, but every time I pick up a paper, I read about Mark Fuller, who was the U.S. District Judge and former Pike County District Attorney here, has been arrested and accused of hitting his wife when he accused him of infidelity. Isn't that sad news that you wouldn't have ever thought this guy would have done anything like that, especially because he's a judge and was always, to me, considered a very nice person. He's the one that sentenced I want to say Siegelman. Let's see, I've got to find that information here on 8 here. It says here,
I read that on AL.com yesterday. He sent excruciating one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he was this was early Sunday at Ritz-Carlton Hotel in downtown Atlanta, after responding to a complaint from his wife, Kelly.
He's from Troy?
No, he's from Enterprise.
Oh, is it?
Originally, yeah, and of course, this is, I hate to even talk about this. This is not anything that.
Yeah, we don't usually talk about the balance cases.
But of course, it was, it's happening to a guy that was very well respected in Pike County at one time. Let's go to our phones. I'm gonna put you on hold. Good morning. You're on Today in LA. How you doing?
Oh, this is Mike Amos.
Yeah, Coach. How you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Coach, Fred Holland is on the line. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Coach?
Yes.
Oh, how things going down at Pike County High School?
Going pretty good.
Of course, I know it's been hot. Do y'all start back to school today?
I was started back yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. So you're ready. It's sort of good to get back in that groove a little bit, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very important, especially for the coaches and the kids.
Because and now you know exactly when you're going to practice. You know exactly when the kid's going to wake up and go to school and practice. You've got picture day today. Is that right?
Yes, we do.
What time, Coach?
I think it's at 3 o'clock.
All right, 3 o'clock at Pike County High School Bulldog Stadium. And, Coach, I was very impressed with your new facility down there. I know y'all are proud of it.
Yes, we are. Our kids